Welcome back, everybody, to our 2021 Year in Review show. Brent Martineau, Stuart Weber. And there's a story on Main Street around Jackson High School. And part of it is about the football team and wins and losses. The other part of it is coaching and impacting young men is more than just looking at the scoreboard. There's a phone that lies in the Rocker family home in Jacksonville, and it occasionally will get a text.
Big Rock, his dad, he definitely has his phone still running. So every time I get anything that we talked about, like my first offer, I'll send to him and be like, "Thank you, Coach Rock. I'm rolling now." When I got my ESPN page, I let him know that too. I pray to him, pray for him every night.
Junior linebacker Grayson Howard sends some of those texts, and other teammates do too, knowing they won't get a message back.
We still have his cell phone on, so every now and then a text will come through from one of the players. I get to read it, and I told him I won't respond, but know that I'm reading it, and that helps me know who he was and how he affected these young men.
Donald Rocker Jr.'s impact continues even months after his passing. The 26-year-old was the offensive coordinator for the Jackson Tigers. He died unexpectedly on May 2nd.
I was hurt because he was my coach. He was the lineman coach, but he was the running back coach at the time too. I was home when it happened. I got a text saying that he passed, and my instant, I came straight here, and I couldn't believe it. And then I seen everybody crying. I knew it was real. The day before he passed, we had a Saturday practice. He was like, "I want you 3 times All-State."
The relationship between Rocker and Gaines was a special one.
I looked at him like a father. It's like, I came from hard times, so all Coach Rock wanted me to do is go to school. That was his goal, to get me in somebody's school. He don't care what, just get me in school. So I just appreciate him a lot. I actually got it tatted on me, so it keep me moving. It keep me more pumped. This is the day he was born, and when he passed, and it's like a bird. I look at that every day.
That's deep, because it tells me that they had a relationship that is almost big brother to little brother, and that my son D took him on as his little brother, took care of him. I always told him we lived by 3 things: faith, family, and education. And so that tells me he took that serious.
To fully understand the emotions of this Tigers football family, you have to know the story of Jackson High School football. You have to know Main Street, a once feared football program, beaming with pride. Most recently, Jackson had turned into a football program that lost a lot of games. Good players transferred to other schools, and a playoff drought had been over a decade long.
So I don't want to end up here. I got to step here, shoulders down.
And then 2 years ago, Coach Christopher Foy was hired, a 49-year-old man, a Jackson Tiger alum, a well-known figure in the coaching community.
It meant everything. I have to always, thank Coach Sullivan for the opportunity, because he gave me the opportunity to be hired for this position. But I looked at what he was able to accomplish here, and being a graduate from Andrew Jackson, we never made the playoffs. To have the opportunity to take this community back to its glory days, to give them the opportunity to see it again.
Yes, they're great football coaches. You let me tell it now. They're building something enormous over here on Main Street, and it's because of Coach Foy. Not just about football, it's about building men. Young men today with morals, with character, that will go out and do great things in the world.
Coach Foy is a perfect guy in every situation. Besides my dad, I think Coach Foy is definitely the most influential person in my life. He took me in. He made me to not only a good player, but a great friend, a great brother, a great soon-to-be grown man. He made me great in every aspect. You're going to play football, but on the other hand, you're going to learn how to be a man. You're going to learn how to take care of your responsibilities.
I may have the role of principal, and we wear many hats, but Coach Foy has, in a lot of ways, become a father for our school. I look to him for just advice, not in dealing with necessarily administrative parts of what we do, but the soft skills, the aspects of how we connecting with our boys, how are we making sure we're taking care of them. He is at the forefront of that effort.
In his second season as Jackson head coach, Foy was coaching a team that had talent, but had just lost a massive figure in their program in Donald Rocker Jr. And just before camp was set to begin for the 2021 season, the Tigers got dealt another blow. They lost another young assistant coach.
It was bad. The team, we were down, but Coach Foy kept us together. He made sure that we cried together, we lifted together, we ate together. So we were together as a team, and that type of stuff, kept us strong, and that type of stuff, transfers into the season. We're still getting through it every day. Everybody has their moments, and these things will, be a story that you tell that made you stronger.
The Tigers had just hired well-known Lynn Shell from Ribault. The 39-year-old unexpectedly passed away in late July. Shell was a star at Jacksonville University and was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2013. He later would play in the CFL, but his best work was impacting young football players and young men in Duval County.
He was a young guy, strong guy. He was active in the community. He was still really working to play ball while he was active. And then he just kind of translated that passion from the field into what he was doing inside of schools. I know he was doing amazing work over at Ribault, encouraging those guys. And you hate to take from someone, but for us, it was a major win for us. It was surreal because two young guys, two influential guys, how do we really come back from that? I can tell you that it was the parents, it was the dads.
Two influential men gone in 3 months on one high school coaching staff.
We never asked them to overcome it. We plan on missing our coaches and I felt like, Donald was like my son. I'm gonna miss him every day. But I knew they could do it the next day. I mean, we broke it down every day on just simply, hey, try. We're just gonna try today, and it worked. We got the best out of ourselves every day, just trying.
The Tigers team would make bracelets. They would wear helmet stickers, and Donald Rocker Jr. and Lynn Shell would be with them on a daily basis, actively in their memory.
Hey, rock on 3, shallow 6. 1, 2, 3, rock. 4, 5, 6.
Well, we break it down on 1, 2, 3 rock, 4, 5, 6 shell. We had the helmet stickers to honor those guys, but just I think it's what they take with them. Being able to go through this will make them better men. We don't have the answers all the time. I didn't have an answer. This wasn't senseless violence. This wasn't this wasn't an accident. This was life, and we just had to find ourselves in a special relationship with one another to be able to cope and to do the thing we love to do, and that's play football.
On the football field, the Jackson Tigers played for themselves and the two impactful young coaches. The Jackson Tigers would have their best season in 12 years and earn their way into the playoffs for the first time since 2010.
Oh, it gives me pride every day, because before Coach Foy, we was a losing program. When he came, he gave us confidence. He put in work in the weight room. We brought back history. Now a lot of people want to come to Jackson now.
One thing to, definitely to have a good season is you have a team that bonds with each other and trust each other. And the 2 losses definitely helped us with that. And I'm looking over to my left and looking over to my right with brothers that's been with me since day one. It's been through the loss with me, been through the suffering, been through the grief, been through the good stages too. Whatever down I need them, they're going to be there for me.
Our football program has turned our school in many ways around and given us a different sense of pride. Before the season even started, Coach Foy and Coach Rock and the staff, they were out here with the boys doing community service. They were taking care of their field. They were painting, they were cleaning the grounds, doing yard work. So they didn't have on pads, and they weren't practicing, and they weren't running routes. They were being responsible for their community, and Coach Foy led that work. So football in a lot of ways has led the way for us.
Coach Christopher Foy was the rock in an adverse season. His longtime friend, Reverend Donald E. Rocker Sr., the dad of Donald Rocker, was there every day as well.
He's always been a lifelong friend. It's one thing I learned personally through this. It's just how strong the idiom of fatherhood can be. I mean, I couldn't imagine, having a son with so much promise and so much talent and so much just God-given ability to reach people, to suffer that loss, but he still found the strength he gives to us every day.
Both men were there for each other, but it was the kids that have continued to help the Rockers cope.
If you could send him a text.
Big fella, the team did what you said. They got big things ahead of them, and I got a couple of them we're going to keep watch over, and we're going to keep going. Pops.